Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train to Mod 5 video. We're back on the glorious Southeastern high speed route. Well, we're not really on the high speed bit in this run, but we're going to be running the 375 from Faversham over to Rochester on the Chatham main line. So here we are, here it is, we're only 8 coaches, we're just awaiting departure time. Let's get that open. There we go. I had issues opening the cab door before because the Star Trek doors were shut on it. Cool, right, let's get the doors shut. Or actually about now. So all stops as well. Tenham, Sittingbourne, Newington, Rainham, Gillingham, Chatham and then Rochester. Really that should say Victoria. Oh, it does. That's weird, okay. It says Victoria on there but not on there. That was 2 bells, just the other one didn't go through. Right, let's go. Let's begin the journey to Rochester. It's about half hour, or 35 minutes I think this one was. So a bit longer than the usual. So hopefully there'll be some yellows or something along the way. That'll be good. But I recently went on the 375 again in real life. Don't go on them too often, but when I do it's always a nice trip and it always makes me want to play the 375. So I thought we'll come back on and do a bit of Southeastern. And we also did a networker run recently, that was fun as well. So good to get back on here. It's just a shame we can only go to Rochester. I would love if you could go further up to Victoria. I really hope one day the Chatham mainline, or more of the Chatham mainline, does come to the game. And yeah, seeing it go even further up to Victoria would be excellent. Little brake test. And up to 75. Good point, if we did see Southeastern again at some point, which hopefully we do, what part of the network would you like to see? Really, another extension to this would be nice. Maybe to Ramsgate or Dover Priory, or both, Dover Priory and Ramsgate. Or up to Victoria. I don't know, what would you prefer? Or maybe they just do Faversham all the way to Victoria. As like a separate route. Another bit of horn. One thing about this route though, which I always forget, is that there's a 700 on here. The Thameslink 700. It exists in Train Sim World, but it's sort of just it's on this route. So sort of I always forget about it. It's sort of on the obscure, not as known part of the Thameslink network. Like when you think Thameslink, you think Brighton Main Line, Midland Main Line, East Coast Main Line, that sort of way. You don't really think, oh, to Rainham. Yeah, the 700's on here. A DLC for this route, which I always forget about. Cool. So it's not too far along to Tenham. Don't need to slow down for it just yet though. Might be able to get up to 85. Let's try and get it up to 85 and we'll slam the brake. Well, not slam the brakes on, we'll sensibly apply the brakes for Tenham. Yeah, we should be able to get up to 85. Or can we? No, mate, oh, hang on. No, possibly. No, I think we're going to get it up alright. Yeah, 85, there we go. Then we'll coast it, and then we shall start popping the brakes on. As Tenham fairly quickly approaches. Doesn't take too long to get there. And there's a 90 limit. We should be able to, we might be able to get up to on the next stretch. And we're 8 coaches, so looking out for the 8 coach dot marker. Cool. Yeah, coming in at about 35, so fairly good speed. Where's our stop marker though? Is that 428? Yeah, 428, there it is. The brakes on this train are brilliant. You should never have an issue braking on this train. And let it roll to a stop. Here we are, this is Chatham. They're going to miss the train, aren't they, down there? Oh, can they make it in time? They got a minute and a half. Oh, someone just got flung up to space. Busy though, or busy with everybody getting off. Oh, someone's down in the cess someone didn't mind the gap. Why is everybody getting off? Looks like someone else is in the gap there. People at Chatham really don't mind the gap. Look at that, you literally just about fit in if you stop on the marker as well. Sort of like perfect. Right, it's 53.5, but you don't really follow that, so let's get the door shut now. Well, I sort of heard from real life drivers that if it's sort of half, you don't really follow it really, just go at 53. Right, and Sittingbourne is up next. Let's watch the train leaving. The horn's not great, is it? It like cuts out really too soon. And we got 2 of the dark blue liveries on our 375. No white and yellow. Cool. Yeah, question for any, if there are any real life drivers watching, do you follow the half minutes? Because yeah, from what I've heard from drivers who I've spoken to, they sort of, yeah, if it's like a half minute, they just don't really follow it. Just go at 53. The boards don't say 7:53, 30 seconds. Cool. As well, it's nice driving the 375 on Train Sim World. So on Train Sim Classic, the cab is of a 377. So really, this game is the only one with a proper 375. Well, you haven't got the cameras on the right. Right, so it's 85, I think, currently. Well, no, when 90 maybe did it go up to? It was 85 again. Oh, that might have gone up to 90. So the speed limits on this bit changed quite a bit between Chatham and now it's 90 between Chatham and Sittingbourne. Might be able to go up to the 90. Coming into Sittingbourne now, at least the outer edges of Sittingbourne. Sort of a fairly large-ish town. Now we won't get up to 90. Now we'll start popping on the brakes, bit of step 2. As we swing round to the right and then we're into the station. But you've still got a little bit of a way to go once we get round the corner. Stick it back to step 1. And again, looking for the 8 coach stop marker, which I think is by the old footbridge. There's a Javelin in there and a 465. Nice mix. Here we are. Looking for the stop mark, which I think is well, that swarm of people are by the old footbridge. I can just about see it. I think that's a 428. And here we are. This is Sittingbourne. We are. So let's get a stick our head out the window shot, which I think is that. No, there we go. So due out of here at 58. Again, we're not really going to follow the half minute. Again, do comment below if you are a real life driver or a real life guard. Right. Get the door shut. And the guard will give us the ding ding, which we do. Now I'll get it back in. Right, let's go. Next station stop is going to be Newington. So I think it's 40 across the points into Newington. Although of course, hopefully we'll be doing about 30. Well, I'm not sure there's a stop marker at Newington. So I think we just go right to the end of the platform. So I'm sure in real life there's stop markers, but in the game. And here's a fairly quiet train, although from the outside it's a bit noisier. Lovely Electrostar. Need more of them in the game. And we got the line off to Sheerness-on-Sea, which is coming up. There it is. It's like Kemsley, Swale, Queenstown. Is it Queenstown up there? Queensborough. And there's Sheerness-on-Sea. I haven't been up that line in ages. Remember, I think the last time was on the Trainsim Classic, but a while ago. You got a flash in yellow because we're going to be coming off the main running line. Flash in yellow, nothing to be worried. Don't be scared of a flash in yellow. It's purely just indicating we're going to be going off a diverging route. So we're sort of on the main line at the moment, the fast line, I suppose. And at Newington we go onto the loop. So we're just going to be going off the main line and onto the loop. That's what it's telling us. Which on old TSW routes you didn't get a flash in yellow, which wasn't helpful. There's a 70. And then, yeah, 40 for the coming across. I believe it's 40, yeah, 40. So this route I'm fairly confident with. The only bit which is like is Rainham to Sittingbourne, because the speed just seems to change a lot there by like 5 miles an hour. But the rest of it, yeah, pretty good with. as it's third rail, Southeastern, Electrostar, so sort of my main appetite. I just wish it went a bit further though, this route. Which it does go to Great. It goes to Dartford now. But you can't do like a full. Well, you can, but there's not many of them. You can't do like a full Faversham to Dartford run. I think there's like summer specials in the 465, but for the 375, I think there's like one service, and that's like a ECS move from Slade Green Depot, so Dartford over to Ramsgate, so Dartford to Faversham. Again, I don't think there's a stop marker here, so we'll just go down the end. It's not a hugely long platform. Well, actually it is fairly long, but we'll go down the end, as there is no marker. Yeah, this is Newington. A little bit of a hill start coming out of here, so we use the hill start button. Oh, and also something a little bit well, not really unrelated, but I've got my PlayStation 4 plugged in again. That was a bit of a wasn't the best start. Yeah, I got my PS4 plugged in again, so I'm going to download TSW5 on it, and we'll test to see how that runs on the PS4. And yeah, there probably would be a stop marker. Well, probably by the middle cab. So there probably would be a stop marker here, but for some reason in the game there isn't. Sort of one of those weird cases of just sort of a missing stop marker. Right, door shut. And there is a green on that line, so I wonder if something's going to pass or somewhere. You got to wait for it. That'd be cool if we do though. Have to wait for like a javelin or something to thunder past. Yeah, the service was like 2 minutes longer than the usual stopper. So fingers crossed we'll have to wait for something. And it would be cool if it was on this bit. Although I don't think so, because I can see a yellow on the fast line, so probably not. But Rainham is our next station stop. I just wish we had more Electrostars. I wish there was more Southeastern and Southern. As again, they're like literally my main interest. Already, well, anything GTR and anything Southeastern. Southwest as well, would love some Southwest in the game. Basically, anything Southeast and Southwest is my bubble, my interest. But we haven't really had anything like that for quite some. Well, that's tell a lie. We are getting obviously the North London line, which is the 378, which is an Electrostar. So that's up my street. Yeah, actually tell a lie. Yeah, that's sort of my cup of tea, the North London line. No, I do look forward to that. There's so many routes now on Train Sim World. Like I load up TSW and just look at all because I've got them like basically all installed, and it's just like there's so many. It's like what do I play? What do I play? Just going to add to the confusion. Right, so we're joining up with the main line again shortly. Can't remember. I think it's 60 coming back across onto it. 60 or so. I don't know if there's actually even a speed board for this side. Well, we'll go 60. It might not be, that might be 70 still. Cool, and then just round the corner and into Rainham. Which the stop marker at Rainham is quite like close to when you come into the platform. So be careful here. I think even the 12 coach stop marker, which caught us out once, I thought the 12 coach stop marker would be right at the end of the platform, but no, it's quite away from the end of the platform. It's like a deceptive station. It's sort of just about enough room for the whole train to get in. There's the 4. There's the 6, and then the 8's just a bit further along. So this is where Thameslink trains terminate here at Rainham. So you can drive the Thameslink 700 from Rainham to Dartford, which is like 45 minutes or so. But it's not really the thing is about it, it's not really an exciting run. So it's realistic, which is awesome, good, but it's just not really an exciting bit of the Thameslink network. There's like every stop, there's no fast. It's not that exciting. Oh, welcome to Rainham. Oh, someone's just gone on the 3rd rail. Ouch. Never go near the 3rd rail like that NPC did over there. So if you touch it, you'll get stuck to it. And yeah, basically, I don't know what the most friendly way to say it is, but you'll literally get cooked. So just stay away from 3rd rail. Stay away. It's like direct current, so you get stuck to it, whereas with alternating current, if you go close to that, which is like the overhead wires, you'll get like thrown somewhere. So again, just don't go near them, because it will not end well. We've got Gillingham up next. Right, let's go. I think the government have like banned, like you're literally not allowed to like have 3rd rail extended anywhere. That's why I think on Merseyrail they had to have a battery train to go like one stop. It was like Headbolt Lane or something like that. Silly. Because apparently it's dangerous and it like wastes electricity. It's like you can't please everyone, can you? But surely with 3rd rail you could in some way cover it, or like on the Harlem line. So you'd have to change the shoes in some way of trains, but on the Harlem line, the 3rd rail collector is underneath the sort of the electricity shoe. It goes underneath the 3rd rail, so then the 3rd rail is actually covered, which surely makes it fairly safe. Or couldn't you put red on it or something just to send people go, ooh, well, I don't want to go near that? There must be some way you can somehow make it safer without having to just be like, oh no, we're not doing it anymore, no 3rd rail. That just seems a bit silly. Because there's lines like the Marsh Link, which is, or Hastings over to Ashford International, which is still diesel. Just stick some 3rd rail down. Sorted. But no, can't, banned. Alright, it's coming down to 60. As we approach Gillingham Depot. And soon after that, Gillingham. Not Gillingham. I've heard it pronounced that before. And I was like, Gillingham? I mean, fair enough, Gillingham, if you don't know the area. Gillingham. Anyone guess where we've got the station set to tonight? There's a 60. These trains are very easy to drive though. If you're new, if you're sort of watching this as a new player to Train Sim World, literally perfect this train. All it is just that power and brake. Literally one hand on the controller. It's and the brakes are good, the acceleration's good. I mean, same basically any Electrostar route is a really good route to begin with on Train Sim World. So Southeastern High Speed, East Coast Way, Brighton Main Line, and obviously soon to be the North London line. Sort of easy to drive. I just like them because they're my local trains, so not because they're easy. I mean, it's quite nice that they are easy, but again, they're sort of they're my local traction. So there's a 700. Need to get back in one at some point, but again, just always forget they're on this route. And get the RLU on here. So we're looking for the S-car stop at this one. The RLU and the FLU are for the 700, so you ignore those. Cool. Here we are, and we are running on time still. Cool sort of older clocks there. Operated by Southeastern. That's a 700, which is pretty good in the game. It's not a bad unit. And also goes on to East Coast Main Line. We'll check station screens. That's weird. I don't know why it's got that on there. It's bizarre. Yeah, it also goes on to East Coast Main Line for empty runs into the Spital sidings at Peterborough. And also just general AI. I mean, North London line will have it. Goblin line has it for just AI, sort of going, well, on the main lines, above or below you. I did click the bell twice there. Right, let's go. Next station stop is Chatham. A little bit up here out of Gillingham. Cool. There we go. And then to Gillingham Tunnel. Back in, and at the end of the tunnel it goes down to 50 and then down to 30 before we go into Chatham Tunnel. There's a 465. Have a really nice train. All the trains are nice to drive on this route. The hardest one's the Javelin. Well, or the 66 if you want to include that as well. But for passenger stuff, the Javelin's probably the hardest one to drive. Because you've got like, the power changeover and bits and pieces like that. Right, down for the 30. Just a bit of step 1 here. Might need a bit of step 2 as well. No, we should be okay for now. There's the 30 on the signal there. Might need a bit of step 2. Yeah, a bit of step 2. There you go. Now at 30, as we go into Chatham Tunnel. For 271 metres this one. And the Chatham station is sandwiched in between Chatham Tunnel and Fort Pitt Tunnel. A bit like St Leonard's Warrior Square, but that's sandwiched in between, I assume, St Leonard's Tunnel and Hastings Tunnel. I think that's possibly the names of those. Yeah, this is Chatham. think our stop marker's a bit further round. Four to 8, there it is. Here we are, this is Chatham. We haven't got a photo yet, have we? On this run. Something we haven't done. We'll have to get a photo as we come out of Fort Pitt. We'll get one here actually, to be honest, we could. Yeah, this one. And we wait. Not for too long, and then onwards to Rochester. The bell doesn't work sometimes. Sometimes it just doesn't make any noise. Like the first time I clicked it there, it just didn't do anything. Obviously went through but didn't make the sound. But yeah, you'd be 2 buzzes from the guard and 2 buzzes back to the guard from the driver. Sadly it doesn't do it on this route, so it's just me pressing it 4 times. But would be cool if guard mode could be implemented on this route, as it would work really well. Still only 30 miles an hour here, which it will remain until Rochester. Cool. Why is the rear cab light on? This looks like it's on. Oh, hang on, the cab door, the guard must be hanging out in the back cab. Another shot as we peer out the tunnel. Try and get a few different shots, because there's like a new thing on YouTube where you can like do different like thumbnails, like test and compare. So I'm sort of trying that out a bit. So you might get like one of 3 different thumbnails for a video. So that's me just trying out the new thing. Let's get another one as well. Bit of rotation maybe on that one. There we go, that's what I want. Now we get one, a slightly different one. There we go, that will do. So I make 3 different thumbnail designs, and I wonder which one will come out on top. Yeah, hopefully one day we'll be able to pass Rochester and go up towards Soul Street. Proper steep as well once you sort of get out of Rochester towards Victoria. Fairly steep. There you go, 35 minutes, that was bang on. So this one was just like a minute or 2 longer than the others, but here we are. I don't think TPWS works on this train, but nice and steady up to the red signal. See the banner repeaters telling us it's at danger. Here we are, this is Rochester. Well, that is going to be everybody for today's Train Sim Mod 5 video. Links can be found all the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as to our UK Departure Board affiliate link. So if you are thinking about getting one of these lovely boards, do feel free to go through the link, as we get a little bit of kickback from it as well. It's lovely. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.